So it is transfer deadline day, the day where all the madness does happen, when Aston Villa signed Simon Dawkins, Mustafa Salafu, Alan Hutton and many others to boot. And the first signing of deadline day for Aston Villa is the signing of 27-year-old Neil Taylor, the left-back from Swansea City, as part of a swap deal for Aston Villa striker Jordan Ayew. So first of all, let's start off with Neil Taylor. The left-back joins the club after having a successful campaign last season with Swansea, where he played a fair few games before going to the Euros and showing how good he is alongside the rest of the Wales team as they reach the semi-finals of the Euros. But since then this season he's found it a lot tougher though, and Swansea fans seems to have got on his back a lot. He's only made 11 appearances in the league for them, and now he's been replaced by Martin Olsen, who has joined Swansea City this January window from Norwich City. What Taylor does offer us is something as an extra backup to Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew's form has slipped most recently. After the rumours of linking him with a move away from Villa Park, his form has slipped, and we have let go of Ali Sissoko on a loan deal to Olympiacos, which meant we're quite lightweight in the left area defensively. So Neil Taylor will offer some great competition there. There's no doubting that the guy's got ability, and I think Swansea fans have said that he's perhaps not just a Premier League player anymore. I know we're in the Championship and we're targeting Championship players, and we need players that can get us out the division, and this guy's got the experience there, so I think these are a really good sign in that sense. And the fact that Jordan Ayew has now got backup as well, it means that it can improve the competition, and any competition to me is healthy competition. Alongside that as well, it also means that Jordan Ayew could well be pushed higher up the pitch. It means that Neil Taylor can drop back and Jordan Ayew could be utilised higher up the pitch, because we've seen that when Jordan Ayew has pushed on, he's a very good attacking player, and that's what I think it may be the case as well with Bruce. He may think that Ayew could be a winger more so than a left back, and then by having somebody like Neil Taylor, it gives you that option as well to obviously play that system, as well as just the suggestion of just having him as a backup as well. So as always, we have taken some of his stats from Who Scored to talk about the player a bit more, and one of his main areas of weakness is his header in the ball. It's something that obviously you need defensively, but as a left back we should be hopeful that he won't be needing that skill too much. So one of his strengths is the fact that he's really strong when it comes to blocking the ball, something that I actually know of him. When you see him play, he doesn't lunge in, which I think is really important for a left back. When we had Ali Sissoko at left back, there was also always a tendency to have a player lunging in, and it's not great because you do concede penalties left, right and centre if you do that as a left back. And I think Neil Taylor's got the strength to be able to sort of sit back and not cautious as such, but it's not as gung-ho approach, which I think is important when it comes to defending, and it's something that we need to require in a team, and that's what he can offer to us. I think overall though this deal is quite confusing, because apparently we've been given £5 million plus Neil Taylor for Jordan Ayew, and I'll come on to Jordan Ayew very shortly, but I think overall as a deal this has come as no surprise, because I think we expected Jordan Ayew to leave at some point, but Jordan Ayew is probably worth more, and I don't think Neil Taylor's worth more than £3 million, so if you put it together we're probably not getting more than £8 million here in total for Jordan Ayew, and I think Jordan Ayew is probably worth about £12 million if we're being honest in terms of today's inflation. But then you look at Jordan Ayew this season, he hasn't been great for us. He's scored 2 goals in 22 games, and he's often been a bit part player off the bench for us under Steve Bruce, and he's often been played on the wing, which to me isn't his natural position. His natural position isn't on either of the wings. He's more of a central player, and we haven't been utilising him in a central role. It's disappointing that he hasn't been utilised in the central role, and if he wanted to leave, then he wanted to leave. And you look at the players who've been hopefully going to get in, we've hopefully got some players that can score goals, because this season Jordan Ayew hasn't been scoring the goals that we so expected him to be, and I think most of us expected him to be the player that could lead us back to the Premier League, but it hasn't been the case, unfortunately, for him. And last season, I don't think we'll forget how much he tried in comparison to everyone else and how he was the best player by a mile, but this season it just hasn't worked out for him, and then we just wish him all the best because he has tried his best, but it's just not to be for him. And yeah, £5 million and Neil Taylor, I think overall, I think if we're being fair, it is a fair deal, although it does seem really bizarre. Let us know in the comment section what you think about this sign of Neil Taylor and letting go of Jordan Ayew, and also subscribing to the Villa View, your post notifications on for the rest of the deadline day and all the deals that will be coming up for the rest of today.
If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another? Click the video choices on screen now to go and watch them in full. Be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking our logo there on the left. Easy peasy.